AVANTA is a national company. We're involved in both welfare to work, funded through the Department for Work and Pensions, but also skills training and qualifications funded through the Skills Funding Agency and the Young People's Learning Agency as well. AVANTA developed an Equality and Diversity national plan probably about 18 months, 2 years ago now. So this was across the organisation, and we work nationally, North East, North West, London and South East, East Midlands as well. And so we developed the plan from really what we were trying to do in the organisation, how we were trying to promote equality and diversity, the training for staff, the training for customers and learners on our programmes, how we would monitor, what we would pick up when we saw equality and diversity being delivered in branches across the regions, but also how we would measure it as an organisation, and at senior level what we could tell the board about our impact on equality and diversity. So the plan itself, and I've got a copy here, this is the plan. I think it won the award because it's very straightforward. It clearly involves many parts of the organisation. It got senior management buy-in, which is the best thing. So they actually gave the mandate to say, this is something important in AVANTA, we need to take it seriously, we need to make sure that we roll it out across the organisation to customers, to staff and to our partners. So that was a key thing for us. And it was set up really by a national forum that was held every quarter and involved representatives of all our regions, all our programmes and some of our partners as well. So it was very much a collective effort to identify where we were as a company with our aims and objectives and some targets that we wanted to set around equality and diversity, and then to look at in practice how would we measure, how would we see the impact of what we were trying to do. I think the policy and plan demonstrate good practice by the involvement in all parts of the organisation, but from a senior staff point of view, from the managing director, from the board members, it actually got their buy-in. So that's the main thing. And I think the second aspect of good practice was that we wrote it down. So in a sense, we set ourselves a contract and we were prepared to show everybody that contract. We published it and we gave it out to branches and staff and also partners. So two aspects there of good practice. And then I think the third aspect is really the way that we identified local champions, trying to engage at regional, at branch levels and with our partners, how we could implement this together and how we could monitor and see the impact of it. So three aspects really, the senior buy-in, the board commitment, actually involving partners as well. Publishing it, so saying very clearly we had it in place, you can make us accountable against the plan. And then thirdly, I think the aspect of good practice, put it in locally with local champions. I think the big lesson that we've learned from reviewing the national policy and the National Equality and Diversity Plan is to publish it, is to really say to everybody, this is what we plan to do. And then that's really provided a framework against all the changes of the sector. This past year particularly has seen huge changes in the learning and skills sector, and in our organisation we've been successful in winning new bids for the work programme, but it's meant quite a lot of restructure, and we lost the East of England area for flexible New Deal provision, so it's meant a real upheaval. But we've had the plan in place and we're now coming to the end of this very sort of unsettled period, staffing-wise and restructure-wise, and the plan is still there. And we're due to have our next forum in December, and that will be able to tell us at the forum how far we've got on the plan. So I think the big lesson learnt in all this is to actually publish and say very clearly what you plan to do as an organisation. So whatever the changes, staff come and go, programmes come and go, but you've got the plan in place to refer back to say, did we do what we said we'd do, and did it work or not?